Hello and welcome back. Don't mind me just showing off my wondrous Chroma Deluxe skin with the Turok helmet. Anyway, today I'm going over Riven Mods. I touched on it briefly during a build video with my Bratton Prime. However, as always, because I'm not the most popular person ever, but I am still seeing quite a lot of people with wacky and wondrous stats on Riven Mods. So I wanted to go over it a little bit more in detail of my thoughts and opinions on Riven Mods, and hopefully if you're watching this or you end up watching this, because I'm very aware it's quite late as Riven Mods came out in update 19. We're now on update 20, there's been a lot going on, and as always I am insanely late to the scene, but fuck it, better late than never, right? Anyway, Riven Mods. They came out, as I said, in update 19 along with the War Within. Upon completing the War Within, that would give you your first Riven mod, Veiled. I'll get to that in a minute. And it would also basically, from doing that, you would unlock Sortie again. So you can then do Sortie again, and from doing Sortie you have a chance to get more Riven mods. Now, when you get a Riven mod, they come to you Veiled. What this means is on the front of the Riven mod there will be a challenge. This can be a weird and wondrous plethora of things. The variety is actually quite insane, and some of them genuinely are quite challenging. Some are just kill 50 enemies. Others will be kill 50 enemies without being detected. Others will be kill 50 enemies without being detected while having a dragon key equipped and taking no damage, while wearing a kitchen sink with your mother's maiden name and the tap running somehow. You can get... I made that last lot up, by the way, in case you're watching this and completely new. There are no kitchen sinks in Warframe. You can get the killing blow on sentience. I think it's between 2 and 12. Find a certain amount of caches. One other one a lot of people have trouble with is synthesize a Samaras target without using traps or abilities with a hobbled dragon key equipped without taking any damage. That's always a fun one. I'll give you a hint. Rhino with a iron skin build. It just means you cannot use an ability to help you scan the target. You can still use abilities throughout the mission, you just cannot use an ability to help you capture the target or scan the target, synthesize the target, whatever. Get 3 headshots in a row in a single aim glide. That's another one a lot of people struggle with. There's a variety of things, but once you've actually got it, what you'll end up with is essentially a mod that can give you between 2 and 4 stats. You can get stats that are disadvantageous, such as negative critical damage or critical chance, overall damage. You can actually negate all of your damage through a Riven mod, which can be a bit weird and wacky. I've got a Riven mod up now, I've just unlocked it. It's for Ignis. It gives an increase in status duration, electricity and magazine capacity. That's honestly not too bad. And the reason I'm saying that is you need to look at the actual weapon. Yet again, I shit you not, I saw someone while recording this post up in the trading channel, God Riven mod, 200% increase in, I think it was critical chance, critical damage and magazine capacity. Which honestly, if I say it like that, that sounds absolutely amazing. However, the only useful stat on that was the magazine capacity. Why? Because the weapon it was for was Pox. Bloody Pox. It has a 1% critical chance. Increasing that by 200% will give you, fuck me, 3% critical chance. This is useless. And this man, person, creature, thing, wanted 1,200 plat for it. It had 10 rerolls. This is useless. This is not a God-Riven mod. This is pathetic. Rant over. That person's an idiot. Rant definitely over. But seriously, when it comes to Riven mods, you need to look at the weapon. The weapon, it's the how you will build that weapon, a viable way to build that weapon, and the stats that that mod is giving you. If you wish to sell it, the less rerolls the better. If it's got high amount of rerolls, you need to really be thinking about, is it worth actually selling it, or just dissolve it, or get credits for it? Because I won't lie, a lot of people in the game at the moment aren't too clued up on Riven Mods, so you really need to be sort of clear on what the majority of people will be looking for on that certain weapon. For example, Soma Prime. This is probably one of the best examples I can actually really get. If you get critical chance with critical damage on a Soma Prime, you are laughing, really. I did have a Soma Prime Riven mod. It had status chance on it, and I actually thought this worked really well because you could put viral damage on it. The amount of status you could get from it, so it had status chance, a bit of critical damage, and overall damage, and it worked really well. Put viral on it. The status chance actually, by the end of it, ended up being at about 60 odd percent, and the output on it was absolutely amazing because the rate of fire, add the viral damage and the viral proc, plus its overall slash damage, because it's mainly slash damage, it worked really well, and it was absolutely amazing. It does work, but you need to look at the weapon. Don't just look at the stats and see, oh, high numbers on crit, that's going to be amazing. It might not work. For example, I've just got a Euphona Prime. It gives me increased heat, increased critical damage, increased reload speed, but negative flight speed. That does sound really good, but the negative flight speed could possibly really, really hurt it, especially since when you upgrade it, it goes to negative 50% flight speed. That means my rounds would be moving at half the fucking speed. That might be useless, honestly. Anyway, this is my Akbolto Riven. Negative puncher, but it's got an increase in multi-shot and quite a lot of elemental damage on there. My boar one, I bought this for 120 plat. I would have paid over 1,000 for that. My bolter one, ignoring the critical damage, it's absolutely great. My Brack one, I think I need to re-roll it. I'm not too impressed with that at the moment, but I'm out of Kuva. Nothing too great on there, but it works fine for the moment. My Bratton one I am loving, as you can possibly see if you watch a previous video. It does work. Bratton's a little bit underpowered anyway. I've got two Cernos ones. This is the one I use on Cernos Prime. It's got, because of where the damage is split between all of the arrows, the critical chance and the critical damage, I find helps really well. My next one I just use on Ractica Cernos got an increase in toxin, overall damage and flight speed, and with that it near enough becomes a hit scan bow, which I actually find really funny. Dod-Regnbue, I've gone for this specifically because it's a very slow charge rate. I've got rate of fire on this plus status duration. For Dread, I lucked out. I've got critical damage plus status chance. This puts my overall status chance at 100%, adding the viral and the slash proc, and honestly, I don't think you could actually get any better than what I've got. If you do, let me know. Due to the Riven mod I've got for Gratica, it's basically replaced my Soma Prime. This thing wrecks. It's brutal. I could not explain to you the level of you're dead that this thing puts. It's replaced impact with puncture, and due to the overall critical damage, it just annihilates. My Riven mod is actually really good. It's got an increase in toxin, multi-shot and status duration, but the negative reload speed does actually really hurt it at high levels, which is a bit of a pain. The Ignis Riven mod I've obviously just got. I need to do a bit of playing around with that. I might also need to stop drinking, but sod it. Javlock, this works really, really well with the gas proc. I think it's absolutely amazing. The Comac, trying to get rid of. Muteless Cernos, multi-shot is amazing, but the impact, not too bothered about, but you know. My Paris Prime, I think I've lucked out on that as well. It does work really well. The only negative on there is the impact, but it doesn't use impact, so it's fine. My Tsar has an increase in status chance, plus a increase in 2 factions, which, trying to re-roll. Final one is for my Zooge. I love this thing, I really do. Apart from the negative status duration, I really want to re-roll it, but it's pissing me off because I got that on my second roll and it will not bloody change. I'm now showing here my Boar Prime has with the Riven mod on. I've got 100% status chance. I've got a massive magazine. I've got a lot of damage coming out. So this is what I mean. But look what the weapon itself has. It will really, really help you depending on what you want, what you're looking for, what others will want. But seriously, just look at the Riven mod. Look at what the weapon is. Don't just go crazy over a high amount of damage or crit. Look at the weapon. So I cannot stress that enough. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you when I'm hungover or sober. Pick one.